know I've been around and doing it, but now it's my time to shine and start proving it. I'm losing it, I'm moving it. The city is where I'm made, Bostonian flow, I kick it back there. Yeah, I got game, God in a fan way. We the city of the champs, every sport we play. Spit wetter than the harbor, yeah, I'm flowing like the Charles. I be speeding on this beat, call it Turnpike Miles. Yeah, it's Buku signing on, John to the Hancock, and I'm always key, I'm ready to unlock. I be doing big things, don't even have a deal, yeah, I battle through these.
Welcome back, everyone, to the newest edition of Once a Week. You've seen him before. You've seen him in the new intro. Stephan Cawley is here. He is a bodybuilder. He is a nutrition coach, and he's been a teacher on the side as well. And guys, today, I felt it would be great to have Steve on here because during the quarantine, I'm just going to say during life in general, mental health has become such a huge point in the world. And Steve has been through so many experiences, and he's been through his situations with helping people in the mental health aspect as well, that we want to bring you this powerful message. So Steve, I thank you for being here.
Of course, brother.
Yeah, welcome back. So in the past, year, 2 years, you've been on for a couple episodes, and they've been some great messages, and they focus more on how you have overcome so much in the bodybuilding field. But when you're pursuing these goals and whatnot, you're pursuing what you want to do in life, your mental health has become a huge factor to make sure you're in the right state to do the workouts, you're in the right state to stick with the diet, you're in the right state to help your clients. During this quarantine, how have you seen mental health and your clients, you, whoever it may be, kind of drop where people kind of need that spark?
Yeah, I think it's been really difficult because people haven't had that outlet.
Yeah.
To me and a lot of people, the gym isn't for an ego. It's not to be a meathead and get a pump and just to look good. It's therapy.
Yeah.
I more so started lifting and because of like it being therapeutic and to kind of channel that pain and make it into something positive.
Yeah.
You grow through what you go through,
Right.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And right now, people don't have that because of the quarantine. And I understand it's really tough to kind of like figure out if people should be near each other, if they shouldn't, if we're going to get sick. We don't want more people to die, right?
Right.
But you have a lot of people who may be quietly going through depression and deep issues, and they have no outlet for that.
Yeah.
So it's really, I mean, one of my favorite bodybuilders, Luke Sandow, just took his life, and that was really sad. And a couple other friends throughout this have done the same. And I think it's bigger. The gym is bigger to people and working out than a lot of people realize.
Yeah, that's a huge point because I can remember, I think in our most recent message, you mentioned, something that was really close to you. A lot of people have a whole different image of you or big bodybuilders when they're in the gym. And they look at you with, come on, he's in here again, no, this stinks. Then they talk to you, it's like, oh man, this is actually a guy down to earth and everything.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, keep going, you go.
No, yeah, I think it's tough because you're stereotyped for how you look before people know you.
Yeah.
That's actually been really difficult for me. And people have way bigger problems. I'm not trying to say it's like the worst problem, but you're morbidly obese. No one will come up to you and tell you what they think of your body. But when you're in shape or you're big, people will be like, you're too big. You look gross. Yeah. I've gotten plenty of positive feedback too, but people judge your character before they know you.
Yeah.
And I talk to them and it's like, wow, you're really sweet.
Yeah.
Or like one person the other day was like, oh my God, you're like a big teddy bear. You love Disney. And you love Disney movies. I'm like, oh, you watch Moana? What do you mean? No, you don't. Love Moana. So Maui's the best. It's really unfortunate because, even times I've been single trying to meet people and they just immediately assume the worst of you and they don't even give you the chance to talk or they are intimidated or things like that. Look, we're all the same on the inside.
Yeah. Just
because we're big on the outside or someone's large in stature doesn't mean they're not going through something deep.
Yeah.
I mean, Luke Sandow that passed away was, 5'7" to 9", 300 pounds. And in terms of looks, aggressive look, intimidating, really big.
He's one of the top guys, right?
One of the top guys. If not, I thought he'd be future Olympian, Mr. Olympia. No problem. Incredible build.
Yeah.
Really sad. And you'd think with his humor and stuff like that, he's okay, but you never know what someone's going through.
Yeah.
And I think there's a stigma behind being big where people just assume you're strong and that you're okay and no one checks on you.
Yeah.
And those people are usually like myself checking on everyone else, you know?
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's unfortunate.
It is. And in a way, I see such a positive aspect in you that people don't look at. Because like you just said, people will come look at you in the gym and say and stereotype you right away. They're like, oh, they're going to write you off. But you're the person, because of your stature, because of your build, because you push yourself through these goals to achieve the feats you have in bodybuilding right now, the size, the lifts, whatever it may be, you've pushed yourself in such a way that you didn't let any of that kind of hold you down. It gets to you, but you can kind of step through it. And because of that, that's when people stereotype you. Because you're achieving, because you're pushing through that wall. But if you stay the same, if you stay normal, if you stay like, oh, I'm not going to push, I don't want to be that, I don't want to stand out like everyone else.
Right.
No one's going to comment on you. So in a way, if you flip it, because you're pursuing your goals, that's when people start to come at you. To me, that shows that you're going to be successful.
It's funny because we had spoke earlier. Dallas McCarver passed away.
Yep.
He was my favorite. Like, I was just like rough. And
yeah.
He made a video once being so funny where he goes, if you think I'm gross, if you think I'm nasty and disgusting, well, then I did my job. Like, job well done. I'm so happy.
Yeah,
like,
right.
You know, so it's kind of a weird thing. Like you said, it's like if I wasn't getting bigger or actually changing my body or getting to a certain point, then no one would say anything, right?
Yeah.
So I know it's funny.
It is. It's
a good positive twist on it. Yeah, that's a nice way to look at it.
Right. But coming back to
who wants to be normal though?
And it's like that's the thing. Everyone, no matter what your goal is, whether it's bodybuilding or whether it's just you trying to do something for you, whatever your hobby is, keep doing it. I think any time that you step out of your shell to achieve something, to do whatever you want to do, someone is going to tell you can't.
Yeah.
And those doubters, I think I did a message on this doubters fuel. When those doubters come, that's all the fuel you need to say like, hey, I'm on the right track. But if you look from a worldly perspective at that, you're like, oh, they're telling me not to do it, I guess I'll stop.
Right.
You don't do that.
No.
I don't do that. Like,
not at all. My hobby isn't for everybody. I love meeting people and I don't know, they love like spin class. They love going on their Peloton bike. And I'm like, that's awesome. Kill that thing. Or they love, I don't know, arts and crafts or painting or like just because someone doesn't like your hobby or like what you're into, who cares? Keep doing it.
Exactly.
It makes everyone like I'm going to be myself. At the end of the day, this is who I am.
Yeah.
I'm not going to hide from that. Yeah. Please don't feel like you have to.
It's your skill.
Fit the mold. I don't want to fit the mold. I don't want to fit in this little fucking chair. Sorry.
The biggest chairs.
Get the bigger chairs, Bill. You promised me bigger chairs this time.
They only had recliners. Couldn't make that work.
Damn it. No, but seriously, my whole journey has been started from someone telling me I couldn't do this. So don't let anyone tell you what you can and can't do. And do what you're passionate about. Yeah, exactly.
On that topic too, you kind of mentioned people with the Pelotons, people with spin bike, whatever it may be. Before
yoga,
right?
Whatever it could be. Yeah, tons of stuff.
Before we started filming, you mentioned that during this quarantine, you've taken on more clients because people are still trying to stay fit right now. People are still trying to do whatnot. And they're not really asking for workouts. They're just trying to maintain or to eat healthy, whatever it is. But they're using the Pelotons. They're using the spin bikes. They're using yoga.
Yeah, bands, or they have some dumbbells in their house, and they've accrued some equipment. And everyone's, bumping the prices of equipment to stupid amounts.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
But yeah, they're all trying to do their best.
Exactly. On that topic of your clients, if your client brings you something in the mental health aspect, whether they're showing anxiety, depression, they don't think they can do it, they don't have the confidence, how do you step in and kind of give them a pep talk or explain to them some facts behind the fact that they can?
At this point in my career in bodybuilding and coaching, whatever that person's been through, either I've been through personally or someone around me has been through.
Yeah.
So this has been really difficult because a couple of my clients, their shows were canceled while they were prepping for them, meaning they were dieting so hard, training so hard, got to a point where they're a few weeks out from a show just to find out it was canceled because of this.
Gotcha.
For somebody like not strong-minded or just, even someone who is strong-minded, that's really difficult to go through.
Yeah.
So they were training for months, they're dedicated, they cut out a bunch of stuff, they're that focused, they got their body to where they want it, and then to not be able to go on stage and get awarded for it,
right?
Or to see where they would be, it's really tough. And I've had clients that's happened, and we reverse diet, bump the food back up, and it's really just trying to tell them, look, We can get you back in shape, no problem.
Yeah.
Look how far you've come. Look at what you're capable of. Remind yourself.
Yeah.
We'll pick a show. We'll do this again. It's not the stage isn't going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
And just trying to keep them positive and support them.
Yeah.
And honestly, as a coach too, not every coach would do this. It's hey, why don't we back off on the diet? Why don't you enjoy yourself for a few days?
Right.
Just be you. Get out of your funk. See your friends. Walk your dog.
Yeah.
Watch some movies. Eat some bad food.
Right.
And I'm not afraid to
Enjoy
do that because you know what? Because people's mental health comes first. My client is not going to do their best if their head's messed up. Yeah. And I care way more about their mental health than how they look.
Yeah.
And it's funny because my business, it's a lot of life coaching.
Yeah,
it is. It's a lot.
Yeah, definitely.
And at first I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
But it's really about, I get a message from someone late at night and they need help. I'm going to help them. My clients can talk to me anytime. And if they're stressing, I want them to be open with me about the stress. Be as real as you can.
Yeah.
You messed up on your diet because, Jesus, it's the anniversary of someone's death and you're really sad. Or, you're just like, man, I'm really, really hungry. I can't do this or that. I'll make changes to the diet. I'll help them, whatever they need. There's always room for changes. I can always make it easier on the person.
Yeah.
It's not that they're not working hard, but some people are struggling and you just need to give them a little help. And that little help makes them so happy.
Oh,
and they'll come out of that.
Exactly. People just need a spark.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. You mentioned kind of something too. With you look at mental health as like the top factor and then how they look.
Right. Yeah.
Like you said, not too many coaches do that.
Probably
not too many people step in to see what your mental health is before the look. How do you, I think this is something that I actually need to work on too. So I think it's a great question for people that are in the health field and the fitness field. How do you not link mental health to your body when you're trying to pursue a body goal? Because say I'm pursuing my goal or whatnot, I'm trying to get 6-pack abs.
Sure.
And then I crack down and I have a pizza out with the guys one night.
Okay.
And then I look in the mirror the next day and it hits you. Because you made you made the mistake, but when you look in the mirror, that goes to your mental health. Because you're sitting there, you get angry at yourself, you could get down on yourself, and it's, again, you just put a roadblock in for yourself.
Yeah, you get
we
negative.
need to overcome that. How do you step in and help a client when they do that?
I just tell them, look, it's not permanent.
Yeah.
You had pizza. I had a client do this last week. And if you're watching this, don't worry about it. Okay. I have clients do this all the time. It's like, oh my God, I just went off the rails. I ate this, I ate that. And maybe they pop up on the scale a couple pounds. And I'm like, look, no big deal.
Yeah.
No big deal. Just get back on track.
Yeah.
Just go right back to what you're doing. Really? No big restrictions or that? No. Just get back to what you were doing. Don't be hard on yourself.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose the weight. And it's usually like even like you had a pizza and you want abs, it won't mess you up that bad. Yeah. Not to say do that all the time, but
dude, every meal.
Pizza on the reg. Easy meal prep. 2 slices of Domino's 8 times a day.
Right?
So
8 times a day.
Crushing some sauce. So no, but I just said that to them. And they lost 3 pounds in the week. The next check-in, they were like, whoa, you were right. It's okay. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. With me, no, I don't do that. But with other people, no. And so it's just look. It's like it's literally like anything in life. It's that diet question that I had a cheat meal. Oh my God, is a metaphor for life. Yeah. One thing happens, move past it. Yeah. Your life's not over.
Exactly.
Go right back to what you're doing.
Yeah.
Push it, like move past it.
Yeah.
Same thing with that. You had a pizza. All right, get back on your diet the next day. Get back to your cardio. I guarantee you lose the weight. You're right back down.
Exactly.
That's all. It's simplifying it for people so that they don't think, oh my God, I'm putting on 10 pounds and all my fat's going to come back from one meal. That's never going to happen. Yeah. No. Yeah. You have to eat like that, like ferociously for a week. So yeah.
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
It's not, but it's a lot of clients expect me to be mad at them. It's not being mad at them. Yeah. It's being understanding, being warm about it. I know so many coaches, they don't care about their clients' mental health. I've gotten clients from other clients with eating disorders, with who were treated so poorly and yelled at and talked down to and disrespected. And it's like, first of all, you're paying me. Like I'm gonna be professional. Number one, I care about people. I care about my clients. I want you to succeed, and I want you to be the best version of you possible. How are you gonna be the best version of you if I'm yelling at you or putting you down because you own up that you had a cheat meal, or that, I was out with my mom and dad and like I really want, and they want to take me out to dinner. Go enjoy your time with them. Life's too short. Right. So that's good.
That's perfect. Especially from a mental health perspective, you're right. Like, go enjoy your time. I think people, they put, as much as I'm a goal setter and I'm trying to like destroy goals in life and whatnot, you can't put that at times ahead of enjoyment.
Yeah.
You got to have those moments where you can decompress, where you can de-stress and just not worry about what you're pursuing.
Right.
Because if you're pursuing something constant the entire time, you're missing out on life.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you know, what you just said with more so from a dieting perspective, but the mental health aspect, the depression, the eating disorders and whatnot. Before we started filming, guys, we actually went over some of the past moments where depression has kind of stepped into our lives and how we overcame it or stepped into our friends' lives as well. And I'm not going to go into detail on the situation, but in college, we had a situation where a teammate of ours was struggling with depression and eventually lost her life and whatnot. And that was such a huge moment for so many of us because it hit us so hard. And when Steve and I were talking about this, Steve was explaining, you know, your own perspective on depression and overcoming that.
Yeah.
So do you want to go into detail on that and just kind of how you kind of see it and how you can kind of bounce back out of it?
With that death in college, that was tough because I felt like I could have done more and been there for the person more. Or you wish like, oh man, that last time I saw them in the hallway, I wish I gave a big hug or was like, hey, are you okay? Or reached out more, you know? Yeah, I mean, I've had my own struggles and battles. In our last video, I tried to get into that a little bit, being like, don't be afraid to reach out to people.
Yeah.
You can't be. I've been through a lot of stuff in the last, since bodybuilding and before it, let's be real, right? But a lot of stuff that's tested my mental strength in some crazy ways. Yeah. So you just got to realize, like we were talking about, people love you. People care about you.
Exactly.
I remember, this is a silly term, but when I was in high school or middle school, the DARE program would talk about suicide, and they'd say it's a temporary solution, a permanent solution to a temporary problem. That is like the best thing ever written, because it's so true. Like, there are people that care about you. Life gets bad, something happens. And honestly, sometimes if stuff happens that's so bad, like I've been through stuff where I'm like, it can only get better. And you have to have that outlook, like that was so terrible, it can only get better from here.
Yeah.
You can make it through anything. You know, reach out to family, reach out to friends. Don't feel like you're alone. This time right now is really bad for people. I've had low moments, I'll be honest. I'm not afraid to admit it, where it was just like, if I could just drive to a gym and just see friends and be around other humans, I would be so much more positive. I feed off of other people and the laughter and the happiness, or coming to see you, or you know, even it's me and him playing COD at our separate houses, just being so bad at video games, laughing while we're getting yelled at by people. And it's like, you know, but it's little moments like that, and it's little things that I'm right out of my funk, and I'm like, oh, everything's good. And you got to think, you know, like, you get so low and you start to feel really depressed and down, or that you don't matter. You do matter. And you do something, you'll never see those beautiful days again, those beautiful sunsets, those times with your family. Think of all the things that you love about your life.
Exactly.
And you know, try to get yourself out of it. And if you can't, reach out to one of us, please.
Exactly.
Follow me on anything. Message me anytime. I've had friends. I actually, when Luke Sandow passed away, he took his life. I made a couple posts about saying how we need to be there for each other. I want people to reach out to me. Don't think you have no one to talk to. You know.
No, it's true. And when we were diving into this prior to turning the video on, you explained a good, I guess, a cycle on how it goes with depression and whatnot. You hit your low point, and then you're trying to better yourself. You're trying, and you're trying, and you're doing well. There will always be a roadblock. And a roadblock will come to kind of test you again.
Right.
And when that roadblock comes, if you fall again, there are a lot of people that are so unwilling to get up that's when the decision comes. So why I wanted to bring that up is, how do you as a coach, as a friend, help someone in those moments where they fall again? And I'm not saying you're the one that kind of reaches in and saves the day, but how can you kind of talk to a client of yours where if they kind of hit the roadblock and they're just like, what do I do?
Well, I think there was a kid on Bridgewater's track team who was not throwing so well and wanted to quit.
Yep.
Wasn't that you?
Yeah, exactly.
And exactly what I would have said to you.
Yeah.
It's not forever. You're going to get better. Keep practicing. You have so much potential. You have to remind people of their worth. It's not, I don't know if the word materialistic is what I'm looking for. It's not anything like fake.
Yeah.
It's tell people what they mean to you. Don't be afraid to tell someone like you as a young thrower that was like, you have so much potential, you spin so quick, get your form down and you'll kill throws. And you got better and better.
Yeah.
It's don't give up on people around you.
Yeah.
Someone's down, pick them up. Remind them of who they are.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I like that.
It's the same thing with a client. Like you just said it and I was like, I did it for you. I'll do it for anybody.
Yeah.
With a client, it's the same thing. Like we said, you ate something bad, who cares? Get back on your diet.
Yeah.
You know, you didn't place as well as you would in a show. Trust me, I haven't had the best placings. I don't care.
Yeah.
I brought my best package. I'm going to bring an even better one next time. Sometimes those negative things should also fuel you.
Yep.
You know, not only should you get up, fucking go to the door and kick the door down kind of mentality. You know what I mean? Go right through it. Get up and pick yourself up and don't stop.
Yeah.
You know what you deserve in life. Go after it.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. And you kind of said something in that I think is so powerful, where you need to see your worth and how much people care about you. And prior to us doing the video, guys, Steve brought this up, and I had to make notes on it because it was so powerful. Where you're right, you need to see your worth and how much people care about you. Say you're in a situation where relationship situation.
Okay.
And that your significant other is putting you down, and you kind of reach your depressive aspect. You're in a negative state and whatnot. All you can focus on is that one person, how they aren't caring about you in that one moment. And yet you have a family, you have friends, you have the entire world that cares so much about you.
Right. But
your blinders are on, you can only see that one person. How are you able to take that step back? Because I know you've been through your tough moments where you've seen that this one person is not caring, and yet you're the person that I can go to because I know you care about me. You know, you're the person where you can come to me because you know I care about you.
Right.
So you know these tools are here, but you've been through it, so you can look around you now.
Right.
How do you step out of that where you can kind of take the blinders off and see, like, you know what, that one person, I understand, I can't do nothing about it, but I can go to my family, I can go to my friends, I can go everyone behind me.
I've dated horrible people, to be honest, and it's difficult if you live with them or you're isolated from your family and friends, and they're constantly putting you down and kind of trying to make you not as confident. I don't know why they do it. Maybe to think you won't go to anybody else, or maybe they know you're better than them. I don't know. You're with anybody in your life. You have a relationship with anyone who is not lifting you up or making you feel good about yourself or supporting you. Get away from them. There's so many people that will do that.
Yeah.
How I did that, I've stayed in relationships way too long where I was getting hurt a lot. So now seeing signs and red flags and different things, or I just get away from it, just immediately like, nope, I'm all set.
Yeah.
And it's really tough. In those moments, what would I do is, yes, I'd call you, family, focus on positive things.
Yep.
You know, maybe hit a good lift in the gym, or, you know, something positive that with my family to take my mind off of that negativity. But if anyone that you love or close to you is making you feel like you don't matter or putting you down, get away from them. Yeah. You don't need them in your life. That's one thing too. You have to get good at keeping your circle small, like mine is with you and the guys, and you don't need that negativity. Get away from people like that.
Yeah.
Like, look at your friends around you. Look at your family. Do they add value to their life? Because if they don't, you don't need them. You're constantly trying to call people and check on them, and they're not doing it back. You don't need those people. My parents taught me that at a young age. Yeah. You know, you always check on me. I always check on you. Yeah. We'll do that till we're 80-year-old guys still clanging and banging.
Oh, yeah. 590. We're doing it.
Just crushing it. Yoked. But no, like you said, how do you pull yourself out of that? It's really hard when you're isolated. It's really hard when that person has made it a point to put you down and kind of be abusive, to be honest. So you got to see that. Talk to your friends about it. Talk to people around you with what you're going through. Yeah. Get yourself out of it. Yeah. Like you're so much better off on your own if you're with someone who's just putting you down constantly. Yeah. Trust me.
Yeah. Exactly. You have to see your own worth. You have to see how important you are to the people around you. And there are people that could watch this video right now where you are isolated, where maybe you did have a You're having to fall in love with the person, your significant other. You're having to fall in love with your family. There are still so many people, and you specifically, who can figure out what is important or what makes you important. And I did a video way back when, probably in like one of the first years of the Once a Week series, where I'm in the woods. It's how old it was. I haven't been in the woods in a while. But the whole message was based around how worthwhile you are, because your life is worth the while here on earth, and you're not worth less as people may say, because there are 7.6 billion people in the world that's growing, and yet there's only one you. You could be a twin right now, and yet there's only one you with the mind that you have. You could be someone, a family of 20 people, yet there's only one you. And you have to take a step back and realize, I have so much here in my life right now. Why am I going to let one person say something bad about me and take my life away? You have the power with your decision-making skills right now to say, I'm more important than the words that people throw at me. I'm more important than the negativity, and I can be more positive than the negativity. And when that happens, Steve, you can run with that, because you know what positivity does. Mm-hmm. I've seen you on stage in those positive moments. I've seen you destroy your goals in college and after college.
You got to turn those negatives into positives. That's been like a recurring theme in every video that we've done.
Yeah,
and,
exactly.
I had some friends recently watch my posing routine for my last show.
Okay.
And the song is really sad. And the friend was getting to know me more recently and said, you know, I watched that before I knew you, and then watching it now after knowing what you've been through and stuff like that, it's beautiful. It's like they always thought it was more, they understood why I picked the song.
Yeah.
It's a song about from Avenged Sevenfold. It's written for the drummer who passed away from an overdose.
Gotcha. Okay.
I had posed to it because my buddy had just passed away.
Yeah.
Right before my show, unfortunately, to an overdose, which doesn't define people, by the way, how they pass away like that. But she was like, I almost was like tears watching it the second time, knowing what you've been through, the journey it took to get there, losing friends and stuff, and like that you did that in honor of him.
Yeah. Wow.
That was my way of positively putting like positive spin on it. Like, oh, I can pose to that song for him.
Yeah.
Because he believed in me so much.
Yeah.
You know, so
that's awesome.
It's not always easy. It's going to be really difficult sometimes, but just persevere, and it's so worth it. You'll be so much stronger for making it through those things.
Oh,
and like at this point, like I joke about, it can only get better, and that it's so worth it when you achieve your goals after going through that stuff. You feel so like it's cheesy, but proud of yourself.
Oh,
and accomplished.
Exactly.
You know.
Yeah.
Jeez. So I still look back at college. It's not years ago.
Yeah.
But I'm so proud of what I accomplished then, knowing all the stuff I went through.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm more proud of it, looking back, being like, I don't know how I did that. I was just so focused, or I focused on you guys.
Yeah.
And then you should feel the same way with what you've been through, or whether it's Matt or, you know, anybody, Christian or other people on the team. They should really look at themselves the same way and feel like that. Stop and look at how far you've come and what you've been through to get to that point.
Yeah. Exactly. And I like that. And that's something we kind of close on. And you know, you mentioned our old team. You mentioned Christian. You mentioned Matt. You mentioned, you know, our coaches and whatnot. Even Chris Legore, such a great kid. But you mentioned these kids and whatnot. And like, we can remember you throwing. I can remember, because you talked to me about it, what you were going through outside of the throwing circle. Mm-hmm. And yet you still like pull home a trophy. You'd still pull home a place. The kids we just mentioned, I still talk to them. I talk to you guys all the time. I know when you guys are going through something, and yet you still pursued and achieved something in your life through that. To say that right there for everyone else watching this video, you can stay focused, you can achieve what you want to achieve despite what's going on in your life. And when, as Steve just said, when you step out of that and really see how far you've come, that's pure strength. That's not strength in the gym. That is pure strength. You look at it from a mental strength, a spiritual strength, whatever you want. But that's something that grows, and you do not lose that. So don't lose that. Yeah.
It's stuff you have to experience in life and go through to learn it. It's the only way to learn that. It's horrible, but you got to go through it.
Yeah.
You have to. Grow through what you go through.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing today.
Exactly. There you go. But Steve, I loved having you on. Is there any lasting message? You just kind of mentioned it, grow through what you go through, but are there any lasting messages you want to leave with anyone before we close out this mental health awareness type message?
Yeah, please don't feel alone if you're depressed or down, or I'm just to say it, suicidal thoughts or anything like that. Please reach out to one of us or any of your friends. Don't feel like you're alone. This is an insanely difficult time for people. You know, I'm tired of losing people, so please reach out to us. and you're never alone, and it's never as bad as it seems, and people love you. So take care of yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's perfect. Guys, I really appreciate you tuning this video. I hope this message impacted you in some way. If it did, please leave a comment, like this message on YouTube, and share this message to someone. Because I can guarantee you, as Steve mentioned at the start of this video, everyone is going through something that you know nothing about. Someone could be struggling with these situations, especially in the quarantine where we're all isolated and whatnot. If you can't get out, share this message to that person that can't get out. It's got some power behind it. I can already tell from the messages went through. But guys, as we said, like this message on YouTube, share this message so we can get it to more people, and hit that subscribe button below. And follow us on Instagram. I'm going to put Steve's information at the end of this so you can go right to him if you need anything. Reach out to me. If you or someone you know is looking for a life coach, head to www.billygLifecoaching.com, and I'll be right there for you. But Steve, thanks for being here, man.
No problem, brother.
Awesome. Have a good one, guys.